You gotta go through this hell, man. This is it. Cause as long as you living, you gotta keep moving.
Sometimes these things that I endured, I felt that I was at the rock bottom of my life. Through hell, through the pain, the agony. I knew it was gonna be tough, but I just had to get a little bit tougher. This is why I'm the man that I am today. When bad things happen, what do? You build from them. You learn from them. You grow from them. You have the passion and understanding that you have work to do. It sucked. It hurt. I had those moments when I wanted to give up my life. I said enough. I don't want to live like this anymore. But how do you get out of this hell, man? How do you rise up out of this hell, man? How can I save myself? That's how I had to say it to myself. Get out of this. You don't need to be here anymore. Something else has to happen. You know you could do better. There's a lot of people in the world that just want to feel sorry for the rest of their lives. Sorry does not control you. Sorry will never control me. I am the master of my life. I am not going to die being miserable. I am not going to give up because I know that there's purpose within me. I must continue to push with every ounce of strength that I have. I don't want to survive, I'm going to live. I knew who I was. You know you can be better. There's no time for pity. Don't look for someone to dig you out. You at the bottom, get out of the bottom. You down at the end of your rope, climb up the rope. How can I take care of myself? How can I survive? What am I going to do? Am I going to run for help? Or am I going to run through this hell? Maybe that's what it needed to be. Maybe that was the kind of hell I had to go through. And I went through it for a reason. Because I lost, I won, but I refuse to give up. Don't tell me you have a dream if you're not willing to wake up and chase it. You want to be the greatest. You want the world to know your name. You think any of the GOATs, do you think they let fear stop them from going after what they wanted? No! They got up and gave it everything that they have because they knew they were destined for something bigger, for something better, for something greater. They knew they were made to be great. You know why you make so many excuses? It's because you're scared. You're scared to be great. You are scared to make it out of your hometown. You are scared to live up to your potential. You think you are scared that you're not going to make it. No, ladies and gentlemen, you are scared that you are. You are scared to be great because you think you don't deserve it. But I'm here to tell you that you are. You are terrified that you won't be able to reach your goals. I get it. I understand it. Fear has a funny way of getting your attention. Do not let fear or failure stop you. If you do not rise to your destiny, the world will miss out on your greatness. So can you rise to the challenge? Can you face uncomfortable moments? Can you sacrifice what is needed to be great? I'm not here to tell you that it's easy. Life is never easy. I'm here to tell you that it is time for you to accept the challenge. Like the phoenix from the ashes, like the hero in a story. It's time for you to get up and grind. As the sun rises in the morning, let it be your reminder that even after the darkest of the nights, the sun rises to meet the day. Let the hope in your heart be an inspiration you need to fight another day. It's time for you to rise. It's time for you to grind.
Alrighty. Good morning, beautiful people. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can see my screen. Normally everything should be good and should be up and running. Just give me a 111 or something like that in the chat box so I know everything is good, so we can start this beautiful morning session. First, fix something here. Boom. All right, I see a 111 in the chat. Amazing. Thanks. Okay, good. Alrighty. So first of all, we start with reviewing the price reps from yesterday, or last week, excuse me. Before I do that, let me go over the news that we have for today. First of all, these are shaky times, all right? We have the war going on, of course, Ukraine and Russia. But it's especially the war that just opened up, let me say it like that, in Iran and Israel, that we have to be careful in the charts because because of these things, a lot of investors go from risk on to risk off, which means that there's a lot of movements in the charts, which mean that the market can do some crazy things while these events are happening around the world. All right. Next to that, of course, we have our basic news events that happen every single month. And like you can see today, we already had the CPI on the pound, but in the afternoon today, we have the unemployment claims. And of course, this is a very important one at the end of the day. At 8 p.m. Brussels time zone, of course, we do have FOMC statements, FOMC press conference, and that's a pretty important one when we talk about news when it comes down to Forex, all right? Not only Forex, of course, FOMC will also have impact on the stocks and crypto and so on, but just know that you need to be careful around this period when you're trading. Just make sure you're risk-free, you're taking partials. That's just such an important thing when you see these kind of news events coming in, all right? The next ones we have is this night or the coming night. We do have the NZD GDP, unemployment claims and employment change from the AUD, which is during the night, so most of us will be sleeping. So if you have any AUD or NZD pairs that you're running during that period, just make sure you're out of your risk, that you have some partials or maybe just close out to be safe, okay? For the rest, we do have also some news on CHF and pounds the next day, but the most important from this week is the FOMC press conference that we have tonight, okay? So always make sure to open up your Forex Factory, that you make sure you know what news events are coming in, and that you're not surprised of a crazy move in the charts, okay? So that's mostly of the time my very first thing I start doing in the morning is just opening the Forex Factory, looking at the red flags, like, okay, when do we have these red flags? And then we know when to be careful or what we need to do in the charts, okay? So good. Let's talk about the price reps we had last week. It was a pretty nasty week. We didn't have the most beautiful price reps, or not the most beautiful price action. We did have some good price reps, but not really what we really expect or what we want to see from our price reps, okay? So good. AUD/USD, what do we see? Let's see where we were on the session last week. So this is Wednesday, 9 o'clock. So right over here, I made this trap, okay? And like you guys know, or for the people who do not know, who are here for the first time, what we do is pretty simple. If we look at the market, we see that the market moves from high to lows, right? What we're gonna do is pretty simple. We wanna trap some highs and lows and then wait for the market to break out of it. So like you can see, if we take a look, the market is like moving from high to lows. And every time the market breaks out of these highs, we see the market coming back for the retest and then move in that direction of the breakout. So we see a break, market goes back to the retest, and we see the market moving in the direction of the breakout. Same thing here, market breaks out, comes back to the retest, and the market moves in the direction of the breakout. And that's basically what we are doing every single day. We just want to find ourselves some good highs and lows. We want the market to break out of it, wait for that retest, and then look for entries. So what we have seen here on AUD/USD, first of all, massive rejection here from this resistance zone. The very first confirmation is always the same. We want to see a breakout. So we want to get a 1 hour candle closure above these highs, all right? This didn't happen. We had a massive rejection and the market started to drop and even break out of these support zones, okay? So right over here, we have that breakout. Market comes back for the retest. Depends a little bit on how you personally react on price traps. You have different options. You can look for price action, you can look for limits, you can look for imbalances, FIP levels, and so on and so forth. You can find yourself a way in this how you like to react. But what I personally prefer the most is just find myself some good zones before the breakout. So supply zones, imbalance zones, FIP levels, and then I start looking at some price action, okay? So like you can see, market came back for the retest. We never really had price action during the way up. Here, a little pause, here, a little pause. But right over here, the market started really to slow down and create candlestick patterns that we like to see, okay? So right over here, like you can see, market, massive push, and then we see engulfing candles, more evening stars, and all these type of candles that we like to react on, all right? So if you went for yourself, taking an entry on these candles, let's just say right over here, on this engulfing on the 30-minute time frame, stop loss is above the high, which was 10, I would say 15 pips just to be sure, and to give the market enough room to breathe. And then, of course, we go for a 1-on-3 risk to reward. And like you can see, the market dropped crazy. This was, of course, Friday during the night. This was when the war was breaking out in Iran. And that's the reason why we have seen such a massive spike to the downside. But a 1-on-3 risk to reward was possible, okay? Here on AUD/USD. After that, market started to doing some messy things, not really respecting the structure I wanted to see. We did get a new breakout and retest, but here, yeah, this was a pretty hard one. The market went so fast, didn't really create the price action we like to see. So this was very hard to react on the second move to the downside. But that first one was beautiful, where we had that opportunity for a 1-on-3 risk to reward. Good. Then we have AUD entity. This was messy. But we are used to these kind of things from AUD/NZD. AUD/NZD is usually a pair that does these kind of messy things, let me say it like that. Like you can see, we are in a massive consolidation market, and I personally don't really like to be in these kind of markets. I'd rather react on trending markets than these consolidation pairs. But like you can see, the market still broke out from these support zones right over here. Came back for the retest. We first had a small price action point here. So maybe, let me check. Yeah, we have that 30 engulfing and also the 15-minute engulfing. So if you reacted here on this first part, because of the engulfing on the 15, the 30-minute engulfing, and the 1 hour doji or spinning top, the market just went straight to stop loss, all right? But if we then go higher, like you guys know, if we go straight to stop loss, so we take a loss on for example, now AUD/NZD, as long as we keep respecting structure, this is the last point of structure, we can still expect a downwards movement, okay? And that's exactly what we have seen here on AUD/NZD. The market went higher, created some price action, so many different opportunities here to react on that price action, and then you have potentially that opportunity to take a move of like 28 pips. I don't think this is a take profit, right? I think this should be a break even on the second entry, because the market didn't really went that far. Okay, let me just check how far we went. Yeah, 33 pips. How many stop loss? Nah, 15 pips. This was definitely not a take profit. This was or break even, or you had a stop loss here on this first entry. Okay, good. So that's AUD/NZD. Let's move on to AUD/CHF. Market just broke out, didn't came back for a retest. So I think this is pretty simple. This is pretty obvious that we did not have a reaction here on AUD/CHF. Okay, so like you can see, breakout, no retest. So we move on to the next one. This is all possible, right? We had the first one, It was a pretty difficult one, but 80 USD gave us the 103 risk to reward. 80 NZD was a stop loss, and then you have 80 CHF that didn't give a retest. Beautiful example of the different kind of movements we can have with Pricetrap. And with all trading, of course. Okay, here Euro USD, exactly the same thing. Market just broke out, never came back for that retest. So we move on to the next pairs that we have. Let me check which pairs we still have. Here we go. Euro JPY was the next one. With Euro JPY, we had two different opportunities, right? We had this fast retest and we had the slow retest or the big retest. These are the two type retests I talk about a lot. So you can have the market giving you like this fast movement for a small move to the upside, or you can have the market to really give you that trending movement, that big and long retest. I'd rather react on these long retests because then you can run the trades for a long time because you're running it with the trend. Of course, I always go for take profit one, take out some partials, and then let the other part run with the trend. All right. So that's why I love to react on the bigger retests. But like you can see, market broke out, came back to the retest, very small and quick retest. 1 hour time frame didn't really show us some price action. The 30-minute did. 50-minute time frame, same thing, beautiful engulfing. So if you mix all these time frames, you see engulfing candle, engulfing candle. So right over here, there was an entry possible with like 12 to 15 pips stop, and the market ran for like 92 pips. So 103 risk to reward was definitely possible on that first retest. And then the second retest, you see the market engulfing on the 1 hour, 30-minute time frame also, giving you that tweezer bottom and engulfing. 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame wasn't really clear. We did have this morning star, so that was a possible reaction here. So if you found yourself an entry with FIP levels and so on and so forth, oof, this is a big stop loss, 40 pips. I personally didn't react last week on this one, but 40 pips is pretty big. But like you can see, the market had a lot of volatility, so we went for a move with a potential of like 232 pips profit. So 103 was possible there, also on that second retest. So another take profit. That stop loss on 80 NZD is now fully covered, plus some extra profit if you react on all three of them. But like you can see, as long as you keep yourself at your risk management and your risk to reward games, you will see that these stop losses doesn't really matter, right? If you have a 103 risk to reward at least, you can really have like 30 to 40%, no, let me say 40% win rate, 45, and still be profitable. So 6 out of 10 of the trades go wrong, but 4 out of 10 of the trades goes in your direction, you're still profitable. Do the math, you will see it. And having that thought and knowing this, you will be way more comfortable in the charts and way more comfortable in taking losses, all right? Because yeah, that's just trading. You will take losses. Good. NZD CHF, excuse me. We had a small breakout right over here with a very fast retest. That's what I'm talking about, these fast retests. We didn't have a big retest, only the fast one. We see the market creating a tweezer top on the 1 hour time frame, engulfing candle on the 30-minute time frame, and then the 50-minute time frame did exactly the same thing with an engulfing candle. The only way to react on this was with taking a market execution exactly on this candle closure. But mostly of the time when I look at engulfings, I wait for the market to pull back into that engulfing, find myself an entry there, and then take the market down. So for me, this was a no-go, and I'm not going to count this one because of that fact. Okay, good. So that was NZD-CHF. Let's move on. We're almost there, almost done to make some new price reps for the week. Where did we have another one? There we go, Canadian JPY. All right, Canadian JPY was a nasty one. Here we had a beautiful breakout and retest with all price action in place, but the market just didn't respect. All right, so that was another stop loss. It's like 50-50 this week. Take profits and stop losses. If we take a look at last week, it was like 5 or 6 take profits in a row. Right now, we do have like a 50-50, 2 stop losses, 2 take profits. Which is still great, which is still beautiful, all right? So this was for Canadian JPY. I'm not gonna talk too much about this because of this is just straight against the direction we wanted to see. Alrighty, then we have CHF JPY. We had this breakout. Market came back for the retest very fast here with the news, but that second retest was very clear, right? We had some tweezer bottoms on the 1 hour time frame, 30-minute time frame, morning stars, 50-minute time frame, also giving you the engulfing candles or morning stars. What's very painful on this one, let me say it like that, is like if you reacted here on these engulfings, put it a stop loss below these lows for like 20 pips, you got wicked out stop loss, and then the market shoot it like crazy. Okay, this is also, these are all things you can have when you're trading forex, right? So this was a straight stop loss, sadly enough, because this was a beautiful move. I know when you're looking with limits, this was probably a beautiful, beautiful price trap. Okay. Good. So that's for CHF JPY. These were the price traps from last week, I think. Yes, these are the ones. Let's just go through the charts if we have some new price traps for today. Let me know in the chat if maybe you have some price traps that you're looking for today. Always nice to see you guys making some price traps or having some ideas. I need to check something first. Okay, very good. Very, very good. Alrighty, I see a link coming into the chat, so let's take a look. Yeah, looking for gold. Yeah, that's the price trap from last week. Pretty deep, but I'm used to that with you. You're doing this always like these very, very deep entries. I do understand what you're looking for, this massive imbalance that is sitting right over here. Yeah, personally, I would leave gold alone at this point. Because I don't really like the chart. I did trap it yesterday. I know I was looking at this structure, or it was like Monday. I think I trapped it this Monday, like this, high and low. Market broke out, but there's one important thing you need to know about price trap is we always prefer to follow the trend. And if we zoom out on gold, what is the trend, right? I think it's pretty clear and obvious that we have an uptrend. So we have a breakout of that price trap to the opposite direction, so against the trend. Does this mean that you cannot look for sells? Of course you can, but just know that if you're looking for a breakout to the opposite direction of a trend, you always want to search for take profit once and not really these long twin trades, okay? Because most of the times you will see, for example, we come back for the retest here, we go all the way down, but the market usually or mostly of the time will be reacting on certain demand zones, creating these higher lows for that longer term uptrend again. Okay, so this is very important when it comes down to gold. All right, I see some links coming in. I love it. What's this one? 80 Canadian. Yeah, this was a beauty yesterday. Why did I miss out on this one? Did I trap this one yesterday? No. Yeah, I did. I did. But how did I trap it? Let me check. Da, 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 da. Let's get back to my chart from yesterday. 80 Canadian. Ah, yes, sir. I know again. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So market was beautifully coming here. Oh, beautiful sell. Come on. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Love it. At this point, I'm not sure I'm gonna use it. Missed my first entry. That's sad. Let me check the next links you guys are sending out. Just curious what you guys are looking for. 80 Japanese yen. Yeah. Let me check because I was also looking at it. You're using this support zone, which is not bad, not wrong, but I would be rather be looking at this one. Like this. This is how I personally would trap it. This low, in my opinion, isn't confirmed yet. If we would go to these highs, yeah, I'm going to change it. This would be my support. But at this point, this is just a breakout and the market is retesting. So we could look at this and wait for price action. This could be for every moment. This could be in 1 hour. This could be in 5 hours. This could be in 30 minutes. Just keep an eye out here for ADJPY. Let me go to the next one. This is the same one. Yeah, you went for the higher support, which is also pretty good, but I would rather be focusing on this low here. All right, but good trap. Love it. Next one. Euro NZD. Let me check. Keep an eye out here. ADJPY. Getting very interesting. Yeah, Euro NZD has some very clean and obvious structure indeed. So we can use that. You gotta be careful. If the market moves up with the breakout, I'm not gonna say you cannot react on a breakout retest to the upside, but we have a lot of supply plus a breakout of all this support here. So there's a very high chance that the market will go higher and then move lower. This was the price rep for me from yesterday, by the way. This support here, breakout, waiting for a retest. But I do like the new structure. There we go. Let me check. This is Euro JPY. I like the traps. Love it, love it. This is a small one. This is a very small one. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, but this is something I'm less fan of. Personally even gonna leave it alone for today. This is, yeah, retest for the sell, looking for yeah, of course, of course, of course, of course. That was the price from yesterday. That's of course. That's what I just warned you also for. You're looking for a buy? Yeah, but below the green, yeah. But first we can maybe have a retest to that supply and then maybe trade to your entry. So that's what I thought you were looking for. All right, next one. USD JPY. Yeah. Euro JPY, I'm gonna leave it. I'm doubting a little bit. But yeah, that uptrending chart, nah. UJ. Let me check it again. I do like this one. Pretty clean. It's a small one, but you could use this as support, definitely, but just be careful, all right? I do this a lot of times. If you see an arrow like this below my price traps or above, this means that there is a strong demand zone. So if the market breaks below this, we want to see the market creating at least that equal low, all right? So there is this possibility, if we go lower, of course, that we will react on this demand here and then move higher again. So these are basically the two opportunities we can see on UJ for today. The retest we see right now or the deeper retest from that demand. If we want to see the breakout retest to the downside, we want to see an equal low getting created. Okay? So that's for UJ. Good. Nice price traps. Love it. Thank you. Thank you for sending out. Look at JPY. Keep an eye out. This is getting interesting. Excuse me. Best case scenario, breaking this 5-minute structure would be beautiful. At this point, I would be waiting for that 30-minute maybe to engulf, but it's not going to happen. Only 1 minute to go. Yeah, in 1 minute. Can happen a lot, of course. We shall see. Good. Let me go to the next one. Here we have 80 Canadian. I don't like it. 80 USD is ugly. Yeah, 80 NZD, I already said it. Massive consolidation, so I'm staying out of that. AUD, CHF, nope, nope, nope. That's not it. That's not what I'm searching for. Euro AD, yeah, that's some good structure here. We got to be careful again with this high, okay? If we see the market breaking to the upside, we have a lot of supply sitting above that, okay? So we got to be careful. If the market goes higher, breaking that resistance zone that I'm drawing right now, that we go high enough. Because here, let me put an arrow there. So there we go. So what I want to see is something like this. Equal high, retest, and follow that trend. Okay? Downside, just basic breakout retest. Okay? So this is for Euro AUD. Euro Canadian. I trapped this one yesterday, but I had to come back on my, or maybe just adjust this price trap like this. Yes, I like it. There we go. There we go. That's for Euro Canadian. Euro CHF is ugly. Euro pound also. Nothing to see here. Yeah, Euro JPY, I'm doubting. You got me doubting. Let me give this a pink flag so I know I need to check this again at the end when I went through all the pairs. GCAD, I'm gonna leave it alone. Yesterday, beautiful breakout retest. I trapped this one. This one here, this support with this breakout retest, that was beautiful. I'm not gonna do anything with it today. Opinions, was I emotional? I will check in a moment. Let me just go through my list and then I will check it. Yeah, that's the thing. We're going against the trend, and it's a pretty small price drop also. I'm not gonna say the structure isn't good because this low got confirmed because of the market hitting these highs again. But yeah, because it's such a small trap and we're going against that trend, nah, that's the reason why I'm adopting so much. Pum pum pum. Same thing as the CHF. Nah, I'm gonna leave it. What did AJPY do? Do we got an engulfing? Yeah, we do. But that 5 minute is still respecting structure, which is not too good. I would be waiting because we also have no, let me take my words back. That's not true. Oof, we retested the 4 hour. Yeah, we still can go a little higher here. I'm gonna play the waiting game here. And maybe when I can see a breakout on that 5 minute time frame, that would be better to go for ADJPY. Good. NZDJPY, yeah, we can trap this like this. By the way, Louis, I think. Yeah, I've seen your message this morning, so I will come back to you after the session. NZD USD, nope, nope. USD Canadian blue flag from yesterday. Oh, this is a 50-minute time frame. Wow. Let me get back. Ah, that's why. I thought so. I thought so. Let me delete this. Let me get back to this. I didn't know I was on 15. We could trap it like this. The 1 hour is way better. Against trend, but a lot of room to the downside. There we go. And the JPY. That's it. The blue flag on UCAT. What was I looking for? Ah, I remember. Oof, we did not respect. Straight stop loss. UJ, okay. Nope, nope. This is a good one. Very clean price trap. Let's see where we can get with this one. If I'm not mistaken, I trapped this one yesterday also. There we go. For gold, I'm gonna delete it. Don't like it. That will be it, I think. How much? 2, 4, 6, 7, 7. It's more than enough. I'm gonna leave Euro JPY. The doubt is so high, so I'm gonna leave it. Let me check the charts you guys are sending out. Very, very quick and fast retest here. This is Euro NZD. Good price rep. We can definitely have a higher retest here. You just reacted on this very first and very quick retest, which is not that bad, but let me check if you could do a better job here. So we have this fast retest, engulfing on the 1 hour, 30 minutes, massively rejecting, which is good. 15-minute engulfing, yeah. If you find yourself that 15-minute engulfing entry, you would have probably a better entry there. How much stop loss? Ooh, this is massive. What was your stop loss? 75, 30 pip, right? Yeah, 30 pip stop. 30 pips, yeah. How much of a take profit are you using then? Whew, this is 102. This should be break even. Honest opinion, this should be a break even. I know you react like this, so 30 pips. Yeah, this should be break even. Your price went 102 risk to reward and profit. So in my opinion, this should be a break even. And maybe this price up isn't invalid, right? What I'm looking for is a small breakout retest to take my price to the supply zone and then go that downwards movement again. But this move, this should be a break even already. I entered one candle after because I have a different chart from FXCM. Is there a big difference on there? Yeah, I see. This is a tweezer top, not really the engulfing. But yeah, still, mixing this 1 hour, just to give my honest opinion, right? Mixing this 1 hour together with the 13 and the 15-minute time frame, your entry should be up here. All three time frames were matching beautifully. There we go. Yeah, a little. Not bad, not bad. You spot the price action. Maybe you got a little, how do I say it? FOMO, maybe? Little. That you think like, no, he's going without me. Euro AD, beautiful. Yeah, same reaction, of course. Euro NZD and Euro AD do most of the time same reactions. 34. Yeah, I think this also should be a break even here with this 1 and 2 risk to reward. If you're still running, congrats, enjoy. I see this one going further. So that's a beautiful one. I cannot say a lot about that one. Here we have, what's this? 80 Canadian. Bum, bum, bum. What happened here? Ooh, pretty late reaction again. Maybe you're not really reacting anymore on the lows. This is a focus point you really want to go. It was also break even, amazing, good. What I have to say about 80 Canadian, if you see that breakout and retest, you always want to focus that you're reacting around this area, not in the middle of the move, right? This is already the middle of the move, which makes the stop loss way bigger, which makes your take profit way further, further. So yeah, I know. Stop laughing. I do my best, okay? No, right. So if you wanted to see this reaction, you have this retest with this beautiful doji. If you then take a look at the 15, wow, this was the reaction you wanted to see, right? You see that? So again, pretty late reaction in my opinion. Okay, so here you had that beautiful 15-minute engulfing. If you then reacted on this closest fit, stop loss on the low, this was, let's just say 15 pips because it's 9.6 until the low. So yeah, it didn't hit take profit, but it should be break even at least, or some partials when you see the turnaround. But again, this is maybe your focus point right now. If you're looking at your price reps, try to really react on the lows and not in the middle of the move. This is the low, right? This candle here, together this black and blue candle. This should be your entry area, not right over here. Yeah, I do understand, but if you see such a rejection on that 1 hour, together with that massive doji on the 30 and an engulfing on the 15, this is like 3 out of 3 of the time frame showing you that the market wants to go up, right? Good. That will be it. We have ADJPY looking for this retest, looking for an entry at every single. This can happen every single moment. What I would be looking for is this. All right. I'm gonna leave it like this so we can see what happened next week. Okay. So that's ADJPY. Euro AUD, we have this beautiful price trap. I see the market going lower. We have that downtrending structure. It would be beautiful to go to those 4 hour demand zones. Then we have Euro Canadian, yeah, simple price trap, waiting for the breakout. Euro NZD, looking for maybe that higher retest into these supply zones or that small breakout retest like this. Then we have NZD JPY, yeah, obviously looking for a deeper retest. USD JPY, keep an eye out. This could be also for every moment. This is also possible that the market will go below these lows, test these demand zones, and then starts going higher again. Then we have CHF JPY, which is beautifully in between our support and resistance zone. So we are waiting for that breakout on that one. I hope I helped you further with the people who sent out the charts, with the reviews. If you have any questions, I'm gonna help you further getting into the Discord, so you can ask your questions right over there. You will see that there will be some chats available to ask your questions. So if you send them out there, I will be ready and helping you further as good as possible. Good. Let's go over the crypto. What have we seen? Of course, because of the war, again, we have seen some dips in the charts. Like I said, if we see times like this, a lot of times you will see the investors go from risk on to risk off because we have uncertain times. So a lot of investors take out money from stocks, crypto, and all the risk on investments and go back to safe havens. All right. So safe havens are like gold and all silver, and you know the safe havens. If you don't know the safe havens, please do your research and get yourself some basics out of the financial markets. Good. So what have we seen here? We see that breakout that I talked about last week. I was already looking for the retest. So war or no war, I was waiting for the drop, right? And still we are in between this zone. So at this moment we have that retest, that 4 hour. And now I'm looking for the 1 hour. Oof, this is breaking. This is more breaking than retesting. I was looking, that was what I said yesterday on the session. I wanted to see the market giving me that breakout, retest, and then starting to climb again. But here we are really pushing through it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we could get another drop on the cryptocurrencies, going to that $3 trillion demand zone here. Okay. Altcoins, exactly the same thing, a lot of equal lows. So I wouldn't be surprised if the market would take lower or will go lower to take out these lows. At this point, the market is respecting good structure here to the downside. This downtrending structure, lower high, lower high, lower high. What I would be focusing on is a breakout of this structure here. And once that breaks out, we can look for up moves again. Okay, but at this point, I would be bearish and I see the market going lower. Okay. Bitcoin, exactly the same like the total market cap. Like you can see, war or no war, news or no news, I was looking for the drop. I wasn't surprised. When I woke up that morning, this is 2 o'clock in the night. When I woke up this morning, I was like, there we go. Well, some people were maybe panicking. If you know what you're looking for, you know exactly what's happening in the charts, and you're not really panicking, like if you're just going in without any information. So always make sure you really get yourself the right knowledge and information. When you have an open trade, at what point do you move to break even? In the past, you used to set break even at 20 pips in profit. Is that still the case? No. Personally, I go for 1 or 2 risk to reward, and then I go risk free. So depends on the stop loss. If we have 15 pips stop on 30 pips, if we have 20 pips on 40 pips, if we have 10 pips on 20 pips. So 1 or 2 is like my main rule right now. 1 or 2 risk to reward, going break even. If I then see that the market go like a few pips from my take profit and starts to turn around, I'm already taking partials. That's basic stuff when it comes down to my trading. Good. Ethereum, exactly the same. That's why I always make sure I leave my arrows on my charts, so just to show you what I'm looking for. And I'm not surprised of these drops because I was seeing it, I was looking at it, I was expecting it, all right? And suddenly we have a war that pushed the market down, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if we go lower on Ethereum. We have a lot of lows that we can take out, a lot of demand sitting below, a lot of imbalance. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ethereum, Ethereum going lower. For the other ones, the altcoins, we see some retests on demand levels, on Cardano, on Solana. Cardano is pretty deep, is going pretty deep, so wouldn't be surprised if we go lower also on that one. But yeah, pretty much all at the same position, all at a breakout and a retest of the highs. It looks more bearish than bullish to me. Okay, so that's just what I'm saying about crypto now. Good. I think I'm done. Let me check what's ADJPY doing here. Gotta pay attention. Oof, we're getting close. We shall see. Good. Any more questions? I'm gonna wait 2 minutes and then I will end this session. I think we had a beautiful session with a lot of beautiful examples. And we shall see what the price traps we have for this week. If we can get some good trades, yes or no. All right. Very, very good. Okay, I don't see any questions coming in. So I'm gonna close off the session. We see each other back next week, of course, Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. To review all the price traps from the week we have right now, of course. And of course, make some new price traps and the review on crypto. There's a question. This is already this is the same question, right? So again, just to repeat, maybe you missed it. I do not go risk-free after 20 pips. In the past, it was 20 pips break even. Always. Doesn't matter the stop loss, doesn't matter take profit. At this point, I'm more focused on the 1 on 2 risk to reward. So when the market goes 1 on 2, I go risk-free. All right. And of course, yeah, we do have in Discord, like you guys know, you should know it already. We have a separate Discord where we can, yeah, chat with each other, talk about price traps. Quite, no problem, no problem. Talk about the trades, talk about the price traps, and so on and so forth. But over there, we also have some extra sessions. So Christophe from the session, he's always here every single morning. He's also trading price trap, a little different than me, but also being massively successful with it. So what he is doing is he is giving every week on Thursday 7:30. Let me say it like this. I wanted to say 19, but let's just say 7:30 in the evening. He will be reviewing the price traps we are looking for at that day. All right. So that's always amazing to do this together. Talk about the price traps and have the review about what happened during that specific day. All right. Nice. Can I have a link? Yeah, of course. You can have the link. Let me just know in private. Send me through Instagram, Telegram, Discord. Doesn't really matter. You have the QR code indeed on the background of Christophe. But you can also send me private, and I will send you out a link. Louis, you're still here, yes. I will also send you out the link. I saw you sending me through Instagram, but I wasn't able to answer yet. But I will do that right now. Good. So thank you all. I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day, and we see each other back or tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening or next week on Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. So thank you all, and see you all very soon again. Ciao, ciao.